Good morning, everybody. It's Mr. Houdelet. I'm coming to you from my virtual classroom in my dining room. Today we are going to talk a little bit more about cause and effect. Okay, we had a little trouble with the quiz on cause and effect, and not all of that was our fault. Part of it was that the questions for that particular essay were a little bit difficult. So I'm just going to run through cause and effect again for you, give you some hopefully helpful hints on getting the right answers to cause and effect questions and how to find those answers in addition to what cause and effect means. So we are going to do a couple different activities here, and hopefully it'll help you visualize cause and effect and help you get have more success when you are faced with cause and effect questions. Okay, so the first thing that I want you to know about cause and effect is that in real life, the cause always happens before the effect. Okay, the cause is what makes the effect happen. So in real life, it has to be one before the other. But in print, when authors write these, they don't always write them in chronological or real life order. So that can be confusing to kids off the bat. So for an example, I am going to, let's see if I can do this with one hand. We're going to talk about trip to the beach. Sorry for the bad camera work. Okay, Trip to the Beach by Steve. All right, I have two pictures for you. See if I can do this. I tell you what, this is harder than I thought. This is harder than being in front of the classroom. Okay, so Steve spends the day at the beach and he gets a sunburn. Clear cause and effect. The reason why he got the sunburn was because he spent the entire day at the beach. Okay, so that caused this effect. Now again, in real life, it's pretty simple. We know that he's not going to get sunburned unless he spends the day at the beach. Okay, and more than likely, if he's smart, he's not going to go to the beach after he has a sunburn. That doesn't make a lot of sense. But in print, we can see this one mentioned first, even though it's the effect. So here's how we do it. Okay, Steve got a sunburn because he spent the day at the beach, or he spent all day at the beach. Okay, so in this sentence, the sunburn comes first, the day at the beach comes second. You as a reader have to realize that this is not in time order, but it does show a cause and effect still. You just have to make sure that you don't think that this is the cause because it comes first. That's how we can get confused. So another way to write it is that Steve spent all day at the beach, so he got a sunburn. Now, this is presented in the correct time order, okay? But the authors don't have to use that. They can do it backwards. So we have two key words, two clue words. These aren't the only clue words for cause and effect, but these are the big ones. Because and so. Okay? So that is what you're looking for. Always looking for those kind of key words. Okay? Now, let's see. I'm going to talk a little bit about test taking. Okay, what do I do when I'm faced with a test that I know is going to have a lot of cause and effect, and they're going to have cause and effect questions? I need to look for a few things. The first thing I want to do is always, I want to find the key word or phrase in the question. Okay? there's always going to be a key couple words in that question that are going to help me locate the answer. Okay? So, if you're looking for a cause, if you can figure out that they're asking for the cause, you ask yourself what happened before that key phrase. And if you think that they're looking for the effect, ask yourself what happened after this key phrase. Okay? Or because of this key phrase. All right? So that's what we're looking at when we're looking at the questions. So let me just see if I can pull up the questions that we were faced with about a week ago when we were doing the mills. Okay, it was called Mill City. Not the best article in the world, it's certainly not the best questions in the world, but we take what we can get and we don't complain, we just persevere. Okay? So, looking at this question, it says, according to the article, what do people do because of a river's beauty? Okay? Because of the river's beauty. So the river's beauty is the cause of something to happen. So in our heads, we're saying, okay, the river has to be beautiful first in real life, and then people do something because of that. Okay? So I know I'm looking for an effect here. Okay? The other thing that you need to think about when you're looking at the question is look for the clue words, so because, and you want to look for the clue words in the text too. They might come right out and have the keyword in the same sentence with a clue word. So that'd be really great. And then the last thing you want to do, or the second to last thing I guess, is location, location, location. Just like in our social studies, you're going to find the answer 9 times out of 10 right near the key word or phrase that you grabbed out of there. That does not mean that you skip and don't look at all the answers. You still have to look at all the answers. But if you see the river's beauty and then you see one of these answers in the same sentence or right near it, it's a pretty good chance it's going to be the right answer. Okay? Last thing about cause and effect before we get into the answers is that they are directly related to each other. Not just true, but directly related. For instance, if I say yesterday it was nice outside and I cleaned my room, those two things have both possibly happened, but they're not really related to each other. It doesn't matter whether it's nice out or nasty out, rainy, to clean your room. But if I said it was nice outside yesterday, so I raked the yard, those two are directly related to each other. Okay? Because you don't really want to rake your yard when it's nasty outside. All right? So, location, keywords, figure out whether it's a cause or effect that we're looking for, and then let's see if we can find it. So, according to the article, what do people do because of a river's beauty? The other thing, remember, a lot of these are in order in the text. So let's look at that first paragraph. I think we're going to find it there. The Mill City. It says, rivers are beautiful to look at. People write songs and poems about them, and artists paint pictures of them. But beyond their beauty, rivers play an important role in the lives of people who live near them. Now, the rest of the story is going to be about how we use rivers as well, but we're talking about the river's beauty, if you remember. So I have the word beautiful right here. I have rivers right here. I know my answer is going to be around here somewhere. Okay? Rivers are beautiful to look at. People write songs and poems about them, and artists paint pictures of them. Okay? Let's see if we have an answer. According to the article, what do people do because of a river's beauty? A, make art. B, build mills. C, work faster. Or D, become famous. The only phrase that I have in there that's in that first paragraph, because it doesn't say anything about mills, it doesn't say anything about working or fast, and it doesn't say anything about being famous. Those words are not in there. But it says make art, and it did reference artists. So that's close enough for me. Okay? So let's just double check to make sure that we feel good about this. Let's see. Cause and effect. Okay? Because the river is beautiful, people make art. Or people create art because the river is beautiful. Okay? Does that make sense? Sounds good to me. Okay. Number 2. How did St. Anthony Falls cause the city to grow? Okay? St. Anthony's Falls causes the city to grow. Let's go to the next paragraph. Of all the rivers in the United States, the Mississippi River is one of the most well-loved and famous. St. Anthony Falls, there it is the only big waterfall on the Mississippi. In the middle of the 1800s, people who moved to this area saw the falls. The people saw that the falls were beautiful, but they also knew that falls could be useful. Okay, we don't have the city growing yet, so let's keep going. When water falls, it has lots of power. This power can be used to move machine parts. At St. Anthony Falls, there it is again, the power was used mostly for machines that could turn wheat into flour. These machines, called mills, could do this work a lot faster than people could. Soon, a lot of flour was being made in the mills at St. Anthony Falls. At St. Anthony Falls again. It was sold all over the United States. People moved to the area to work at the mills, and the city grew. Oh, city growing. Got it right here. Okay? By 1880, there were 27 mills. So I have that key word. City to grow, city grew. All right, let's look at the options. People visited there to see the falls. Would that make the city grow if you went and visited, say, Boston for the afternoon, and then you went home? Would that make Boston grow? Probably not. People moved there to work at the mills. That's a maybe. People traveled there to look at the mills. People went there to paint pictures of the falls. Let's see. What do we think? Soon, a lot of flour was being made at the mills at St. Anthony Falls. It was sold all over the United States. People moved to the area to work at the mills. Same sentence. Location, location, location. People moved to the area to work at the mills. I got it. It's B. Next one. Why did the number of mills grow so quickly? The city needed power for the mills. Haven't heard about that yet. The people liked working at the mills. Well, maybe. I didn't hear much about whether they liked it or not. The mill companies sold a lot of flour. The mills could be used in many ways. The mills grow so quickly. We have, by 1880, there were 27 mills. So I'm thinking, this is talking about the number of mills. So I'm thinking that the answer, if I go by location, should be in this paragraph. But let's just double check here first. Today, the falls don't power mills. However, they do make electricity, which the city uses. The city's real name is Minneapolis, but some people still call it the Mill City. No, I'm talking about why did the number of mills grow so quickly? There is the number of mills. Okay? So it's got to be in this paragraph. So let's see the options here. The city needed power. That's in a different paragraph. The people liked working at the mills. Still haven't heard that. The mill companies sold a lot of flour. The mills could be used in many ways. Soon, a lot of flour was being made at St. Anthony Falls, and it was sold all over the United States. I think we got it. Let's ask ourselves, because the mills were selling lots of flour, they made more mills. The number of them grew. That makes sense, right? Somebody's making money. You're going to make more of it. You're going to try to build more of those mills. All right, last one. We haven't had a question or an answer from the last paragraph yet, but this might be it. What effect does the waterfall have on the city of Minneapolis today? It waters wheat plants. That's just wrong. It makes power for electricity. It turns other grains into flour, or it makes people move to the area. All right, start with the key word. What effect does the waterfall have on the city of Minneapolis today? the city of Minneapolis today. Got it all there. Today the falls don't power mills, however they do make electricity. It makes power for electricity. There it is. Okay, so again, to wrap up, cause and effect are directly related to each other. The cause always comes first in real life, but not always in print. In order to find an answer on a cause and effect test, you need to find a key word or phrase, locate it in the text, look around there to see what is directly related, what is close by, and you will find the answer. I hope this quick little lesson has helped you out a little bit on cause and effect, and if we have more questions, I hope that you feel confident that you can find the answer. Till then, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.